Managing money as a couple is actually quite interesting. As a single person, before I got married, I would spend my money whenever and on whatever without comparing with anyone. Now, as a married person, building a life with my partner, Aniekan, we are a team and there are a lot of decisions we have had to discuss and come to an agreement on for the growth and progress of our family. Doing this does not in any way mean that one can no longer spend on the things we love and enjoy. For me, it means that I no longer make these financial decisions, for example, alone, isolating my husband. We work together as a team to understand our cash flow, determine how best to manage our money, what to spend on, what investing decisions to make, and how much to set aside for different areas of our family needs. So in today's video, I want to share 5 important money decisions we had to make as we prepare to tie the knot and what we are still upholding today. Number one is the controversial notion that couples should create a joint account. I think that there are no blanket solutions that will work for everyone. What works for me and Annie will not necessarily work for you. So if there is a total transparency, trust, and discipline between partners, then you may not really need a joint account to stay accountable. So ask yourself what you want to achieve by creating a joint account and let your answer determine what your next step is going to be. I have two active regular savings bank accounts, and Annie has about four. What we did since marriage till date is that we have designated each of these accounts for specific purposes. One for living expenses, one for black tax, one to save up our car maintenance money, and so on. We both have access to each other's accounts, so anyone can initiate any transactions as need be. We also had to get two debit cards for our living expenses account since we spend from them more frequently. So both of us can have a card to ourselves for whenever we are not together. So this same formula basically applies to all our savings or investment accounts that we have. Like I said, what works for us may not work for you. So it is important to discuss with your partner and decide what will work best for the two of you depending on your financial goals. The next thing we discussed and agreed on was that we needed to have a monthly budget that we spend from to help us build the discipline to live within or even better below our means. I think the worst thing that can happen to your financial goals is spending money blindly without understanding or keeping track of your cash flow. Note that this budget is not cast in stone. It is something we have had to adjust back and forth based on our spending history, which over time has made it easy for us to know how much we need to survive as a family in a month or even for one full year. And we also uploaded our Moolah budget template to a OneDrive account to plan our monthly budget and also keep track and record our daily expenses. On OneDrive, both of us can access the template to make updates at any time from anywhere or any device. There is a link to the template in the description box below. And if this is your first time trying to put together a budget for yourself or for your family and you need help with it, go ahead and book a one-on-one session with me using the link in the description box as well. Number three is to put a structure around how often you review your budget. Your monthly budget is a live document that you update either daily, weekly, and or monthly. At least it's not something you create and then tuck it away in your archive and forget about it. So discuss with your partner and decide on a day of the month that you will take time out to review your numbers, audit your expenses, and get to understand your spending patterns so you see what you need to reduce or cut off. Annie and I have a monthly budget date night, usually on the last day of the month or the first day of the new month, where we look at the numbers and plan the budget for the new month. If budgeting is not already part of your lifestyle, all of this may seem like too much work. Trust me, it isn't. So the fourth point is to decide a don't ask, don't tell amount of money that each of you can spend separately. Outside of the family budget, we both have monthly allowances that are spent off the record. We can individually spend on whatever we want with no judgments. So this actually allows for a level of freedom. Say I am craving pizza as I always do, and my hobby is like, babe, we have exhausted our flexing budget for the month. I can go ahead and buy out of my don't ask, don't tell allowance. If any of my female friends say has a need and I want to support them, this is where I would naturally, draw the money from. You get the gist. So the fifth decision I think couples getting married should make is what kind of safety net you want to provide for your family. Are you going to get a health insurance plan to cover both of you and the kids for your house, for your car, etc.? So this list I have shared is not exhaustive in any way, and depending on what your on the kind of feedback I get from this video, I may just be motivated to shoot a part two to share, more decisions I think couples getting ready to marry or newly married or even people that have been married for a long time, financial decisions I think, would be really helpful for them to discuss and agree on. So go ahead and share your feedback, your comments, or even your questions with me in the comments box below. If you are currently married or you're in a relationship that is leading to marriage, do you discuss money with your partner? Do you have money discussions? Have you, talked about any of the things I've mentioned? I would like to hear what your experience is, and just chit chat in the comments box. So please go ahead and share your feedback with me in the comments, and do like, subscribe to my channel, and share this video with people in your network if you found it useful. Thank you, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.